In today's video, we're going to be talking about the SmallHD Indie 7 on-camera monitor. I have it here. We're going to do a quick unboxing and I'll share my first impressions. But more importantly, I'll also tell you why I chose this monitor. Let's get right to it. Okay, so just straight off the box, I'm just gonna yank this out. Right here on the front, you have a SmallHD crest, which is nice, I guess. And just straight up inside of the box, this is all that you get. You have the monitor here. Let me see if there's anything else. Oof. Oh, okay, first of all, what else is here? What else is here? All right, just gently put that down. You have this, which is the quick start guide, and you have a cloth, a cleaning cloth. That's it. That's all you get in the box, all right? First impressions of this monitor. Woo, it is crisp. Oh my, oh my. I mean, I will tell you why. First impressions, I like it. Nothing else to say. I like it. I love what I'm seeing. I love the size. It's not too heavy. I mean, I think this would sit really well on my camera. I love the front glass. You know what? I'm gonna be real. It looks a little bit smaller than I thought it would look like. Maybe I just like big things. All right, let's go, Michael. So I guess the question is, why did I choose the SmallHD monitor over the others? Now, to give you some context, I didn't know a lot about on-camera monitors when I wanted to get my first one. And just like everyone else, I watched tons of YouTube videos until I saw a sale online about a used focused 5.5-inch OLED screen from SmallHD. And to be honest, in that moment, I only got it because the price just felt good. It was something I could afford, and it was not because of any technical detail. But I am so happy that I did. So the price was the first thing that got me into the SmallHD space, and that has helped me learn more about my technical needs from a monitor. The second reason I chose the SmallHD is because of the IPS LCD and OLED screens. Now, I've used some LED screens in the past, 7-inch LED screens from a couple other brands, and I find that they just really never compare in terms of like quality to what I get from the SmallHD. And I mean, my previous 5.5-inch monitor was OLED, and this is LCD, which is similar in a way, but LED screens just don't cut it for me. They don't give me that necessary contrast and color rendition, which is what the SmallHD gives me. And perhaps this is why Arri and some other camera brands have chosen to collaborate with SmallHD, knowing that you get a true representation, well, almost true representation of the image that you are capturing. Now, SmallHD monitors aren't necessarily the brightest on the market. The likes of Philwald, Andesini, and Swit at 3000 nits, brightness isn't as much a priority for me though, as opposed to image quality, color accuracy, and LUT rendition, which is something this monitor does well. But wait, I should tell you, there's no one size fits all. You need to use these monitors and figure out which one you like best. The final reason I chose the SmallHD monitor is because of the Page OS. Basically, the user interface. On most of the other screens that I've used, I find that focus peaking is usually a problem for a lot of monitors. It's either they cover the whole screen, or sometimes, even if you turn them down to the lowest, they still overlay the words. But on the SmallHD, the focus peaking, honestly, it's just the best that I've used. And I trust it so much because it's almost the same as the one you have on the camera. And this just comes down to the Page OS and all the other amazing features like waveform, vector scope, and everything else that you find in that OS. But wait, you've just said all these amazing things about the 5.5-inch OLED screen that you previously had. And if all the SmallHD screens are good, then why are you upgrading? Well, because my eyesight has gotten worse with all this computer time. I'm just joking. It's because of the size. Sometimes I find myself needing something bigger on set to be able to properly see my composition and framing, which is where the 7-inch comes in. That bigger real estate just really helps me see it more as I would see it in real life. In a way, I think I just really like bigger things. If there was a way for me to even use my MacBook Pro screen as an on-camera monitor, I probably would. But outside of it being bigger, actually that's it, because it's bigger. I'm upgrading because it's bigger. The second reason that I'm upgrading to the SmallHD Indie 7 is because of the HDMI out feature. Now, this is not exclusive to SmallHD, but my 5.5-inch OLED screen did not have an HDMI out. So whenever I connected that to my camera, it was impossible to connect the screen to an external monitor or to a director's screen or to a transmitter or something. And it became somewhat of a bug in my workflow, especially when we had other people on set and they wanted to see what we were doing. So for me, having that HDMI out signal and being able to show the client or my team members or the producer, or even just to replay whatever it is that we've captured, being able to see that just makes this upgrade appealing to me. Also, it's for my YouTube videos. I want to be able to see myself like I would on screen. I like that now. I'm able to use this and send out a signal to my 24-inch screen so that I get a real perspective of what you guys will be looking at. Number 3, there's so many new things that they've installed on the new Page OS that I haven't even tried. But one thing that I'm really interested in trying and I will be using frequently is the horizon level feature. I do have some kind of knack to make sure that things are properly aligned. So not going back to the camera every single time to check that the horizon is leveled. And instead, I'm just able to check that on this monitor. It just takes that whole experience up the notch for me. Also, there's the new exposure tool, the EL Zone, which I'll be comparing to the false color feature. So stay tuned for that and subscribe if you haven't, so you don't miss out on all these future updates. At the end, there's just so many features: the waveform, vector scope, camera control, you name it. All of these things make using this monitor a great experience. And lastly, new hardware features. According to SmallHD, this monitor is an ultra light, ultra thin, so many ultras. I mean, we're gonna have to test that out. It features a lightweight aluminum chassis. It's been designed to withstand heavy run and gun production use. I guess we'll find out in a couple months from now. It's just 1.3 inches wide, plus it's just over 1 pound. So it's not very heavy, which is something that I like. I think being able to finally have an SDI monitor, considering that some of the productions that I will be doing, we start to require that type of connection. Actually, Tony's gonna be requiring that. So having that SDI input and output just makes this a much better monitor from my previous 5-inch monitor. And with all of that being said, the question is, should you buy this monitor? No and yes. A big no if you're just looking for a monitor to mount on your camera and don't need a lot of things. So if you're just a casual hobbyist, I would say you're pretty much fine just buying a small, little less expensive monitor. Don't spend all that money on something like this. It's quite pricey. However, a big yes if you plan to invest in this and use it long-term, like super long term. If your production needs demand some extra pro features, not on the smaller, more budget-friendly monitors, I think the SmallHD Indie 7 is the industry standard for you. At least as of this moment, I think so. I will go on ahead and do a full review of this monitor in the next video. If you want to see that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything. I don't know. Just look at that. Look at that. It is so beautiful. You know what? Where's that memory card? I should just pop that memory card into the SD card slot so that I can load in the lot or whatever. Ooh, nice. I love it. I love it. I love what I'm seeing. You can also watch the next video YouTube suggests to you based on your vibe right here or here. I don't know which one it's at, but yeah.